I decided to start this channel to talk a little bit about the struggles, the challenges, but also the positive sides about being a musician overseas, but also being a musician in 2026 because it's a completely different story. So first of all, I'm gonna start saying that I live in Australia and I arrived in Melbourne in 2023, and I'm originally from Sicily, where I spent most of my life, and I started playing drums at the age of 14. I'm 34 now, and I was always dreaming about playing drums, go like touring with a famous band or just working as a musician, just playing a lot. I studied jazz drums at the conservatory, and it was definitely a great experience. I was playing with a lot of original bands, made a lot of friends, and that was an important path, an important moment of my life because I I'm now like, for me, having a band is like is your best friends. Like, it's having a friendship, it's having a relationship with your friends, which is like a band is something that it's very it's very important, and it can create connection and magic. A band is something magical. I got inspired by bands like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I was always drawn by the fact that they were friends and they were creating something great. Uh, and you can create something great just with connection, just building something real. And anyway, this journey led me to decide to move to Australia. Not because I didn't have this magic, not because I didn't have this friendship, this huge foundation, but because I felt like change everything, trying to reach my dreams in a place that I have more opportunities. Because in Sicily, it's such an art place to make it make a living with the music. At least not in the way I want it. You can teach, you can play weddings, you can, yeah, you can do all these kinds of stuff, but it's never gonna be the way I was expecting or I was dreaming about. What I want to focus more today is living everything in your country, and then go on the other side of the world, living far from your family, far from your friends, far from the things that you've built, that were giving you stability, a sense of community, a sense of peace. Because when you are in another country, far from everyone, you don't know anyone. The first thing, of course, is excitement. I arrived in Australia with a lot of dreams. I wanted to play drums, I wanted to tour, I wanted to meet people, and trying to manifest my thoughts and my dreams about what I was creating in my mind, which is fair. I arrived and I was feeling overwhelmed because Melbourne was such a big city. I didn't feel like, I don't know, coming from Sicily, it's such a huge city, chaotic, and with all the skyscrapers. I don't know, I was feeling overwhelmed. So after 1 month, I decided to travel up to Byron Bay, and it turns out to be a fantastic experience where I spent almost a year there. I believe this experience had a huge impact in my life because I was suddenly in a place that felt so peaceful, and Byron Bay is recognized as one of the place to wind down, connect with yourself, and discover yourself. So it was a beautiful moment also to explore myself and play music. I was playing a lot of music, against all my predictions. I met such like a great community of musicians, and I still have a lot of friends there that are incredible. And definitely, I was living in this beautiful place in the woods, in a forest. I was living in a resort, because I found an opportunity to live in a place in exchange of some work in the garden. So it was a great deal, definitely. And I met an incredible friend and musician. We started busking, and everything was going great. I was feeling it was such a beautiful and particular experience, but I noticed that I couldn't see the path that I was going through. Like I couldn't see what I was dreaming of because I wasn't. It's such a Byron Bay is such a small place, so I was playing all the time in the same places, and it felt like I couldn't go further than some point. So I decided to go to Melbourne. I started looking for work, and I was working at the beginning. I found work as a dishwasher. Classic. Classic of all the backpackers, all the people that are arriving in Australia. Dishwashers, and also I was working in a nightclub cleaning glasses. The people were drinking, and I was going around the club for 8 hours just picking up glasses and uh, just washing them. That was a humbling experience, even though I I worked in my life in a lot of different humble jobs, so it wasn't a new experience for me, um, but it was definitely something that made me feel like, oh, okay, it takes time, the path towards playing music, touring, because I'm starting from zero. You cannot expect to have what you desire immediately. Uh, I think pretty much everywhere. I found happiness in small things. I started as well teaching after a while because I went around asking, looking for teaching jobs. So I started teaching drums in a beautiful place, and I found a beautiful community that was supporting me. I had a lot of students. It was definitely a great experience. I don't consider myself a teacher because I'm mainly a performer. I like playing music live, but that was a beautiful experience. So I found myself feeling grateful anyway for all I had, and I was like, well, even if I'm not playing, I'm not touring, and I'm not, it's definitely something that it's great. It's great, you know. I'm here. I'm in Australia doing. I'm having an experience. Okay, it was an experience also making this video, first time. Now I have to go practice drums and then teaching in the afternoon and then wind down during the night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you want me to talk about anything in specific. I hope that my advice are for someone valuable and can help you to have a good experience and teach you something as well. But also give you peace about if you're scared about traveling so far, don't worry, because you're gonna meet a lot of people that are in the same situation, so you're not gonna feel alone. The loneliness, yes, it happens, but it's a different kind, and if you find strength in that feeling, uh, it can be rewarding. Okay, uh, thank you so much. Cheers. Oh, I forgot to add, if you like this beautiful mug, have a look, have a closer look. So this beautiful mug is made by my partner, and you can find the link in the description if you want to check out her work. She's a fantastic ceramicist, and she makes these beautiful mugs and other stuff. You should check it out. See ya.